a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Oh, it's so great to be back with you here in studio. Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win in any marketplace, being that consumer advocate for you here in Tampa Bay, bringing on all of the best business owners, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisor, and more here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. 10 years on air, and love to get the feedback. Went to the USF game over the weekend, had some great conversations there, and shout out to USF for playing pretty strong recently in that game. But we have a lineup today that's going to be it's going to be interesting because we've got Tom Ryberg, DK Mortgage. We're going to talk about some interesting things. Home buyers cancel purchases at the highest rate in 10 months. So they're canceling deals that are already in process on the purchase side. We've got Mark Haye as well, 21st Century Financial. Going to talk about how to set up your grandkids, how to set them up for success. Also, household incomes fell 2.3% last year, and that is the largest annual drop in over a decade. So another example of Bidenomics working. Right. Florida General Ashley Moody sues the Border Authority as well. So again, open border. I saw another post on the Facebook page. Another child, 15 years old. Another mother, grieving mother, posting about fentanyl overdose. The kid thought he took a Percocet. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll try one, a high school kid. Yeah, I'll try a Percocet. His friends are trying Percocets. And he passed away, So it's fentanyl across the southern border. And unfortunately, our current administration cares nothing about it. Hey, we're doing some good stuff here in Tampa Bay, too. The Great Clothing Swap is one of my wife's passions. She was operating this out of the house for a few years. I'd be kind of hanging out on the weekends. I'd see all these folks coming over, these gals typically coming over, and they were doing these clothing swaps. Hey, donating and raising money for charity is always a good thing. And then now it's gotten so big, we've actually made it into our team, one of our teams, kind of our mission for this year is to help single parents and, parents with children. So we've got the Great Clothing Swap 2023 directly benefiting women and children in our area. So you can donate clothing. Everybody has clothing that they're not wearing, clothing, shoes, accessories, things that you no longer wear. We're looking to collect over 2,000 items. And if you look in some of the storage places we have around our house and other locations, we're getting close. There's a lot of clothes. And, it's great. It's great. So we're raising money, helping to raise funds for those who desperately need it. We're also accepting donations to help cover the hard costs, so monetary donations as well as raising funds. 100% of the profits will be donated. And we paired up with the Tarpon Springs Yacht Club, and life is a donation for this amazing event. So, again, it's called the Great Clothing Swap. If you'd like to get involved, we'd love to talk to you as well. 727-263-3707. And you can call the hotline, 727-263-3707. PlatinumCoastalElite.com if you'd like more information for the real estate business, and ConsumerQB.com for information around the Consumer Quarterback Show. You can also submit an email form there as well. All right, we got a couple of hot new listings here from the Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty, 9749 Little Bluestem Drive, Land O'Lakes. Brand new listing, beautiful property. We have a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath property here. Single-family home, 2-car garage, 2334 square feet, 2-story home, pavers in the driveway. 2-story home in the coveted Connerton community. These are great community plan unit development with wonderful parks, and community offers dual pools, a lap pool, splash park, miles of trails, on-site elementary school, 2-story home. Owner suite features an ensuite with dual vanity, soaking tub, and a large walk-in shower, large backyard as well. And just a great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. 9749 Little Bluestem Drive, Land O'Lakes, 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath property. Great opportunity to own real estate in Land O'Lakes area. All right, we got another listing here at 14147 12th Street in Dade City. This is a gorgeous property. It's a large property as well. You've got a large land, and you've got income built in because you have 2 separate rental cottages there. So you got 2-story cottages. You have one that's 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and also has a small kitchenette. And the south cottage has a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and a full living room, kitchen. So this is a great opportunity. You have a single-family home that has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, but then also 2 separate cottages. So imagine that. You've got the income coming in from the rentals, creating potentially a very low monthly payment, if any, monthly payment contributing towards your mortgage. 14147 12th Street, Dade City, Pasco County. Beautiful property, 3398 square foot, heated on the main house. And you've got updated and recently updated electrical. You also have replacement of the cloth wiring outlets. Extensive irrigation system, living room with beautiful wood flooring, crown molding, lots of windows, renovated kitchen, screened-in patio, oversized built-in grill, as well as bar nook. You have a fully functional 8 to 10 person sauna as well. 14147 12th Street, Dade City, one of our hot real estate listings here in Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
Try that in a small town.
All right, Mark Haye, welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. How about Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, huh?
Doing well, man.
I love watching it. I always liked Baker. I always thought he got a raw deal. Every time he goes to a team, every year it's a new offensive coordinator, new coach. It's like he never gets a chance.
Right.
You know? And I think he's talented, so I'm happy we got him. And
yeah,
looks like they're all having fun and winning games.
I like it. Hey, off to a good start, man. Let's keep the momentum going.
That's it. Plus, I'm a Ohio State Buckeyes fan, so big game, Notre Dame this weekend.
Nice.
Looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
You know? I know you went to the USF game. I wanted to go watch that Alabama game. We were out of town, but
yeah,
I love Nick Saban. But I was surprised. You know, USF hung with them
3-3 at halftime. I think, right?
Crazy.
3-3 at halftime, and man, it was just a great time to get in there, and had a little bit of rain, which is fine. You know, it kind of cools things down. You got the club access. You go in there and hang out for a little while, kind of, and talk to some fans. But it was great to see. I bumped into a bunch of old guys I used to play ball with, Leroy Selman Jr., who I scheduled to come on the show and kind of catch up to with him around things that he's doing and his father's kind of legacy in Tampa Bay.
Very nice.
But yeah, so it's good.
That was exciting to see that they hung with Alabama. It looks like Alabama's down this year, though. I mean, they've been struggling. So
exactly.
maybe we'll see somebody new in the SEC championship this year. You know, maybe
exactly.
Florida, they whooped on Tennessee.
Changing of the guard.
Never know. We'll
That's
see.
it.
But meanwhile, Georgia keeps ticking away over there. So
yeah,
it's a tough conference.
Recruiting, man. The NIL has really changed that whole space.
Mm-hmm.
NIL, it's kind of one of those things. If the school has boosters, the school has money. Now you're attracting the best athletes in a lot of ways. It's interesting. It's changed the game completely. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't
we'll find out. You know, it'll all shake out in the years to come. But
yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
So tell us what you're seeing, Mark. Mark, 21st Century Financial Group. You're our financial advisor extraordinaire on the program here. What are you seeing out there? You know, household income fell 2.3% last year, the largest annual drop. So people are still struggling on the income side in generality here.
Yep. And then we talk about this a lot. You know, when it comes to income, you know, the best way to get ahead is really to be a business owner. And we talk about that. You know, have some kind of a side hustle on top of your W-2, whether it's selling clothes on eBay. I mean, be a food blogger, be a travel expert, whatever. If you're a food blogger on Instagram, you know, you can write off all your dinners. You can write off all the meals that you go out with your wife, and so little things like that. Just take advantage of it. But yeah, incomes are not going up. It's not something new either. And then inflation is just continuing to skyrocket, so people are struggling. Yeah. You know, I think I saw consumer debt is over $1 trillion. Our national debt's $33 trillion, which is insanity. You know, and I think it's going to be like $1 million a day or something is going to go against the interest or something, or $1 billion a day, some crazy number.
Yeah, the numbers are just astronomical.
Yeah, I can't even keep up with it, and no one can fathom what $33 trillion would even look like. You know, as far as a dollar amount.
Yeah.
But it is scary. But I wanted to talk a little bit about grandkids, you know, and setting them up for success and moving forward in their life, because as you know, we just talked about, incomes are down, inflation is up, and people would love to have some extra cash laying around to help, you know, pay bills and live their life. So one thing that we work with, and I tell people all the time, is, first of all, families have to talk about money. You know, families that sit around the dinner table or sit around and talk about finances and plans and estate plans end up being the wealthiest families. You know, and I see it all the time. Those that don't talk about it with their kids, grandkids, or don't ever talk about finances, it's a lot different than a family that does. A business ownership or investing or whatever that may be. So one thing that we do with grandparents and even parents is when a baby is born, we set up a wealth creation account for that baby immediately. And all that is setting up cash value for that child. Reason you do it is because let's just say that kid wants to go to college someday, and I'm not pushing go to college. I think that whole thing of everybody has to go to college and graduate with a degree, I think that's an old, antiquated.
That's flawed. Yeah.
But let's say they do go to college, and you plow money into the cash value for that kid. Now all of a sudden that stays off the grants, so they can go and get grants applications and grant money and keep the money that the grandparents or parents save for their kid for college.
Great point, man.
And they don't have to worry about, oh, if I don't go to college in this state, we can't use it. If I don't go to this class, I can't use it. If I can't, there's none of that. Where if you put into a 529 or a Florida prepaid, you're eliminating the grant opportunities, because you saved your money. You were going to let the grants go to somebody else. So it's a really good vehicle for college planning. But let's say they don't go to college. You know what I mean?
Trade school.
You got it. Or they want to start a business. And that's when I've said it so many times. Instead of having all these parties for gender reveals and wedding parties, let's have a business ownership party. And I'm going to start a business, and we're all going to bring our friends and our neighbors and our family in, and we're going to have a party, and I'm opening this business, and we're going to give gifts and money. And we need to really hold that, because small business ownership is what drives this economy.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough of it, as far as people going into business ownership. This whole thinking of, I got to go to college, get a degree, go in debt, get a house, get in more debt, save into my 401k, wait until I retire, and then I can go take this vacation, and we're going to go have fun now. And in the quote-unquote golden years. And that adequated thinking destroys people's opportunity to live a life of value that they want to live. And now we're seeing it. Incomes are down, inflation is up. The market is what it is. I mean, the stock market's crazy to me. That's even as high as it is with everything that's happening. But I would advise people going into election year, I would probably trim down a lot of the stock market portfolio and be a little bit safer. As everybody remembers in 2020, how crazy that year got, with the rioting, and it was just a nuts year. And I'm not thinking it's going to be any less next year, with this whole Trump indictment and arrests and felonies, and they're going to ramp it up next year.
I think so. Yeah.
And so I just tell people all the time, I think it's safe just to be safe.
You remember Andrew Wang, the Democrat? He ran on the Democratic ticket. I heard him on a podcast. It was a Daily Wire maybe podcast, and he was talking about how he thinks that there is. He started this third party, so it's another third party, and they're right now doing some House seats and some. They've got a decent number, but they were predicting or talking about how Manchin might make a third party run, in hopes of, I think, trying to keep Trump or Biden from attaining the magic 270 electoral college votes. So then it would, at that point, go back to the House. I mean, I agree. Whatever might happen, it's going to be a crazy year next year. It really is.
It really is. I mean, I think you really got to strap in and just kind of ride it out. But, if Trump is so bad and hated so much, then why do we keep going after him?
Yeah.
Let him go up there and embarrass himself, and he won't get voted in.
Right.
What are we worried about?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't see anybody else on the ticket, on any party, independent, anywhere, being harassed the way he's being harassed.
Exactly.
And so if he's really that bad, okay, why don't we just let him be?
Yeah.
And let him lose the election, you know? So it's interesting.
They know the opposite is true.
Right,
they know that he's the most popular. It's the populace. These people are tired of it. We've seen all the videos. We see the Instagrams, and then you turn to the fake news, and you're like, wait a minute, that's one completely different paradigm. I even was flipping through the channel the other day, and there was somebody defending the Biden crime family. They're like, oh, they don't have anything, and I'm like, dude, where are you at? Where are you getting your truth? Because Comer and all these guys, Jim Jordan, they've got 20 shell companies or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of proof that you have.
Absolutely.
Yet there's no movement, or there's very little movement.
And Melissa and I went to Italy and Greece for 2 weeks. We just got back this weekend. And everybody over there knows our politics.
Yeah.
So every Uber driver, taxi driver, every person that we talk to knows that who we have in office right now is not working, but what we had in office worked.
Was working.
And it's crazy to hear their perspective.
Yeah.
Being so far away that they know names. They know events where you come here. People don't even know who the vice president is.
Oh, man, we're so ignorant.
So if you said, who's the vice president, you might get a 50-50 shot that people are going to know that answer.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Our vice president really has done nothing, and I couldn't name anything that she's done. So I'll give him credit. I don't know what she's done, so maybe you don't know who she is, but
Well, I want to get a mic and go around just even like UT campus or USF campus.
Who's
right?
the vice president?
Get a mic flag like this. Go around and say, "Hey, can you name the 3 branches of government?"
I mean, that's
right?
a tough one for people.
Oh man,
It's a tough one.
I mean, those are the types of questions. But to your point, yeah, travel. When you travel around the world, you see the different country. Tucker did a great episode recently with Argentine, hopefully future president, and he exposed what's going on in Argentina and. Mm-hmm. Just unbelievable. I sent that one to our friend Grammatica, too, to check that out. We got to take a quick break here. More with Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial Group here coming up. Financial advice, he can help you with that. We can also give you a review as well. We're going to have an offer coming up with a free review from Mark Haye. Review all your holdings and everything that you're investing in. Consumer Quarterback Show, taking a quick break. We'll be right back. Check us out online, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
I want to give a special thanks to Satellite Phone Store. They just hooked me up with this beautiful satellite phone, and it's a gorgeous phone. It's a great device. It's a safety device as well. Think about it. If you're out on the boat 40, 50 miles out, maybe you're going hunting or you're going hiking in the woods somewhere, you run out of cell phone service, or who knows, maybe a possible terrorist attack. It's not like our politicians aren't entrenched in all this stuff going on overseas, all over the place, all over the world. Could be a terrorist attack. They could attack the power grid. They could attack the cell phones. Who knows what they're going to attack next. Sat123.com/REQB. Sat for satellite, sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. I love going down and visiting their location on Gandy. They've got multiple Bay Area locations here in Tampa Bay, and you get that vitamin infusion drip right into your bloodstream. Check them out online, replenishivsolutions.com. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. More with Mark Haye here in just a moment. We're going to talk about what you should be thinking about in terms of your retirement, your investments, and how to set up the grandkids. And we're also going to offer a review here in just a moment. But we got a hot listing here on 51 Island Way in Clearwater. This is a beautiful property, Island Way, Clearwater, on the beach. Just a great opportunity. You have 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 680 square feet. You have beautiful community amenities here, water views, intercoastal waterways, the Gulf of Mexico, and lots of updates and upgrades available. The building has a pool, hot tub, tennis court, shuffleboard, and a common area, common rooms. 51 Island Way, unit number 906, Clearwater Beach. One of our hot real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We also have a property on Mandalay on the north side of the beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue is another one of our listings. Beautiful property, just under $1 million listing of ours on the beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, open kitchen, sleek quartz countertops, gorgeous stainless steel appliances. You have crafted tiles, high quality fixtures, finishes, charming pergola in the backyard, 900 square foot screened in patio, as well as just many other updates and upgrades. Steps away from the sugar sand beaches and the dolphin-filled waters of Clearwater Beach. You can see all of our listings at platinumcoastalelite.com.
Yeah, I'm racing my class to go saving our ass overseas.
All right, Mark. So we've already covered kind of the household income's down. A lot of the other whatever, pretty much any factor that you look at, any type of area, the consumer price index. You look at all these, the bad ones that need to be up, they're down. The ones that need to be down are up. Inflation. So what do we need to do just in the last few minutes here? And then I also wanted to kind of tee up a review for folks. What you can take a look at what they've been doing and say, hey, here's something I might tweak, or hey, you're doing great.
Yep. So let's go back to what we originally started with. We're going to set the grandkids up, and we kind of talked about the wealth creation account, setting the cash value up, grandparents, parents going to college. Let's say they don't go to college, and we're in a situation we are today where income is down. Now, since 1990, income has only rose 20%. Okay, so from 1990 till 2023, income levels have gone up 20%.
Wow.
Which is insane because everything else is going up 100, 500%.
3% a year, basically.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, income's not. So now you have these people that have young families, two kids, one kids, and let's say when they were a kid, and let's say they're 40-year-old today, and when they were a kid, their grandparents or parents set up this wealth creation account or cash valued account, and all of a sudden they have $250,000 sitting in this account, tax-free, liquid money. And people tell me all the time, how come you don't have them put them in a Roth IRA at 1 years old? Well, you could do that, but you just lock the money up to 59.5. I would like people to have access to their money, make it liquid, so when something comes around and they want to open a business or buy that property or they want to make more money, they have access to the money without paying a 10% penalty to the government.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's the same thing as a Roth. You're getting it all tax-free. You're just making it liquid.
Yeah.
And it's protected from creditors, etc. How many people today would be so happy if their grandparents would have set that up in their kids?
Man.
And they have access to that cash. They have the income now, and they're like, oh, my goodness, with the cost of living and the income going down, and we have this all happening. Let's reach in there and let's just take out some money so we can pay off this 29% credit card interest rate, which is insanity, which most people are over 20% right now on their credit cards.
Right.
You're never going to get out of that. You're just going to barely pay the interest at this point, hoping that things will change. They're tapping into retirement accounts, getting penalized, etc. So it's just such an advantage going into life that we can do.
Yep.
And certainly just kind of being out of the stock market and having some kind of guarantee in that portfolio to start life. You know what I mean?
Talk to me about a review. When we say, hey, text review to 727-263-3707. You can call or text the hotline, 727-263-3707. And for the first 3 listeners, you said you would offer this review for them.
We'll offer a free review. And even if you have another advisor, if you have enough confidence in your advisor for a second review or a second opinion, then come to us. We tell people all the time, I have a CPA, but every 3 years I get a new CPA to go through and look and make sure we didn't miss anything, because you can go back every 3 years. It's the same thing with an advisor, same thing with a doctor. You should have people looking at this. There's different ideas, different opinions. I'm not a big Wall Street guy. I like alternative investments like Airbnbs. I like bridge loans. I like going into energy sectors. I like stuff like that, where you can complement a stock portfolio, not just be all into Wall Street all the time and then keep your money.
Yeah, Wall Street, because they've had a lot of different schemes over the years, right?
Oh, my word. And they're constantly getting bailed out,
Exactly.
It's just an insane. But I'm not saying you shouldn't be in the stock market, but it doesn't mean you have to have everything in there.
Right.
So diversify it, and we're happy to do that. And people have goals, and they have things they want to take care of. Some people have special need kids. Some people have a large estate. Some they have no estate. They need a will done, a trust. We do all that. So for a free review that would take just 20 minutes, it's not going to hurt anybody but help.
Yeah.
So please reach out. We'll do the first 3 for free, and then we'll take a look and see what your goals are and what you want to do. And if it's matched up, great. Gives you a peace of mind.
All right, perfect. Reach out to the show hotline or consumerqb.com. You can submit an email form right there at consumerqb.com. That's the website. And then, Mark, what's your website or social? How do you want to?
Yeah, you can actually just text me at 727-804-7220, and that's 727-804-7220.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, hey, always good catching up with you, man. And things are looking kind of bleak in the economy, but we'll get through it. Americans, we always persevere, man.
You got it. Go Buckeyes.
There you go. All right. Taking a quick break here. Coming back, Tom Ryberg in the house, DK Mortgage. We're going to talk about this interesting stat here. Home buyers cancel purchases at a high rate in 10 months. We've got nearly 60,000 deals that purchases are falling through. We'll be right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please